Right then, everyone. Welcome to the podcast with me and the big man himself, Aaron, once again.
Hello.
So we've got news this time. Let's get into this bad boy. I've got no news, but Aaron's got a few stories. So
The main thing I sort of wanted to talk about, it's pretty much been over a lot of YouTube, but have you heard about this YouTube channel that's basically being forced onto like people on YouTube to watch?
no,
Alright, so I'll just really quickly summarise it and just get your thoughts on it as well. It's by a channel called Janelle Alenia. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. But
no bloody idea who that is.
yeah, I have no idea as well. Pretty much, I know you're going to laugh at this, but she's a woman who lives in a van and makes videos about it. Well, she's made 2 videos.
She's made 2 videos about the fact that she lives in a van,
Yeah.
and
And
YouTube are forcing people to watch it.
yeah, because
What's so special about the van videos?
it's not the van, it's because she's PG and she's very she doesn't have any views, she basically falls in line with
Oh,
what
well,
YouTube
we
wants.
try not to have any views, and we look at things from both sides, and YouTube aren't promoting us. Dickheads, can't believe it. No.
I think it's just because
Uh,
YouTube like
they're not
people who
promoting me!
I think I think it's just YouTube just don't they like people who don't promote anything. Like that,
So
they
you just have to sit in a van all day and make videos about why you sit in a van and live in a van?
pretty much. Well, I haven't watched the videos, but I've heard it's pretty much her just giving a tour of the van that she lives in.
I'll have to watch these, man, and react to them like next week or something, because that's fucking mad.
But the thing is, it's really bizarre. But basically, people are like, say, waking up in the morning or whatever, and they're seeing that they're subscribed to her and they haven't subscribed to her.
What?
So YouTube apparently, this is just an allegation by the way that people are saying, but YouTube are forcing people to subscribe to her, so like automatically doing it for them. And it's really bizarre. And the weirdest thing is as well, she's only got 2 videos on her channel, and she's already been approved for monetization within, I think it was like 3 weeks, which is in such a short amount of time.
So she's monetized, she's got a load of subs. Right, let me look up the channel again on YouTube, because that's madness.
Yeah, she went from 0 subscribers to, I forgot what she's on, like 1.4 million, I think, in at the end of April to now. So that's
What's her name?
Janelle Alenia. If you just put in there. I was going to start stuttering, but
Yep, got it.
yeah, there we go. See the 2 videos.
18 videos.
Oh,
She's
18
only got
videos.
2,000 subs. What the bloody hell? It's a
Oh,
makeup channel.
you're on the wrong account.
Oh.
I'll have to link it, but I'll try and do this at the same time. But yeah,
Should I
basically,
just look up woman in van talking?
no, I've got the video right here, so I'll send it to you. But basically, people are just really concerned that YouTube are basically forcing them to watch her and subscribe to her.
Send it me on Messenger.
Alright, I just sent it.
Alright, I'll bloody hell.
And the thing is, a lot of people have done research into her, and it's not like she was famous beforehand. She was literally no one. She went from
Yeah, because one of the geezers from Stranger Things, what's his name? I saw on YouTube, the guy who play Noah Schnapp, that's it.
oh yeah,
Will. He's got like 1 million subs already. I saw on thingy.
yeah.
Oh, it says it can't open the page, for fuck's sake. Oh, I really want to watch this madness.
Oh, it opens fine on. Oh, but yeah, basically, pretty much, people just don't know who she is. They're being subscribed to her, and YouTube are promoting her, and they're basically going down this route now for a lot of content
At least
creators.
I'm not subscribed. It says how I shower living in a van.
Yeah,
Or a
yeah,
van.
that's the one.
So YouTube have essentially just got behind this one person.
Yeah, people are saying she's like an industry plant because like in certain industries, like
But
companies.
what the fuck is going on? Aaron, go on to the homepage now quickly. Look at the first video that comes up.
First video that comes up, homepage.
How is this an advert? It's 6 minutes long. It looks like Filthy Frank's face. I don't know whose face it is.
I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's just bizarre, isn't it, with this? So
Yeah, it's just very weird. Maybe we can talk about it a bit more in the future. Maybe a YouTube review or something. You got any more stories or?
yeah, I've got two. The last one isn't really that big. It's just sort of like a thing. But
Come on then.
have you heard about this woman who's invented an anti-man spreading chair?
No.
First things first. Do you know what man spreading is?
It's when you spread your legs, isn't it? And then it's covering up a bit of space.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And this woman, she was at university. I can't remember which one, but she's won a prize by designing an anti-man spreading chair. The thing is, though, the chair is massive. It's like so counterproductive. It's basically all built around the fact that she wants to keep men's legs together, and then the women's legs are kept apart. I'm like, that's just really bizarre. It's like I don't get the point about it.
Me neither.
I know we try and keep it like neutral on here, but you know, there's a reason why. Well, if your legs are like doing the splits, that's a bit too far. But if they're open a little bit, it's for an obvious reason, isn't it?
What country have they done this in anyway?
England.
Well, I'm off. I'm moving. Nah, that's stupid. So this is a genuine invention.
Yeah, she's getting death threats over it now because people said it's that stupid.
I don't think she should be getting death threats, but she should definitely be getting a talking to, and people should be telling her what the fuck is this nonsense. I don't think she should be getting death threats, so that's a bit too far.
Yeah. Thing is, though, the top universities and judges have said that it's a very unique idea, and she's paving the future for women or something like that. It's really bizarre.
I mean,
and this is from university.
The top universities, people who are professional professors who get the highest degrees, really, this is really intelligent people saying this when we got all these people busting their asses coming up with new ideas, scientists solving problems, curing diseases, and you're saying this is a big step into the future for women. That's mental. Whatever uni professor said that is absolutely pissed up mental. I have no idea what to say.
I know. It's just bizarre. But
biggest load of shit ever.
That's the last sort of news thing. The only real thing I'd left was Marvel Phase 4. Have you seen the new movies that have been announced?
What movies?
So there's the Black Widow movie.
Oh yeah, I know about that one.
The Eternals.
Don't know who they are.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I know a few people have been cast in it. Salma Hayek, I think, has been cast.
Bloody hell, what is it all about? What the bloody hell?
And the one that I'm sort of... I don't know if it's going to be good or I don't know if it's going to be bad. Is the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I'm not too sure about that one.
I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's
At least Rob Stark is in it. He's going to be in this film, so that'll be banter.
Oh yeah. But the main thing as well is Thor. Have you seen? Because I know that was in. We talked about that earlier off camera or off recording.
What about Thor?
About how Thor is now going to be a woman, like Jane Foster.
Oh, so what? Is this in a different universe?
No, I'm not too sure at the moment, but from what I've seen, Jane Foster is going to become the new Thor, which I'm pretty sure she does become Thor in the comics. Don't quote me on that.
What's happening to Asgardians 3 or whatever?
He's going to be in that still, and then he's going to come back and do Thor. What's it called? Love and Thunder. So
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Jesus. No, but Aaron, what did you think of that thing I sent you then, the advertisement?
It looks pretty bizarre. This is going to make no sense to anyone, but he's looking at the subreddit Suddenly Gay. What?
It makes no sense.
But yeah.
No. I clicked on home and that's all that came up as an ad.
Alright.
I wasn't looking into this, Aaron.
Okay.
No, but if I go on home on my let's go on home now. It comes up as video ads of your business.
Oh.
It comes up as stuff totally different because I'm doing this on my old phone that doesn't have a SIM card in, so it makes no sense.
I don't know what to say to that.
Mental.
But yeah, So that's the sort of end of the news sort of bit. Well, no, the last bit wasn't really news, but yeah, if you want to get on to the
It was just
main
a bit
bit.
of banter the last bit. So yeah, the first main bit is YouTube through the years. So we're just going to talk about like YouTube at the beginning, then YouTube in the middle, and YouTube present day.
Yeah.
Calamate, these two spasmoids going down.
Oh, he's
All right then.
releasing a new song tonight. You're pretty hyped, aren't
Oh
you?
yeah, I was actually going to say that, but I forgot. Yeah, he's releasing a new diss track. Good old Callum's Corner. What a legend.
Yeah.
Silencing BG Media. What we all like to see. Nah, he's a legend. Hopefully this is another good song. But yeah, nothing will ever top his Calamate YouTube is a.
It just
No,
makes you laugh every time.
That one was a bit crap, to be fair. But the rest of his songs are quite, it was still funny, it was still banterous. But yeah, as I was saying, YouTube through the years. So we're going to start off, we're talking about 205 to 211. So a point I want to bring up, it seems like that era was one of the most creative, because it had to be. They didn't have all the big budget productions that they do now. That to really grasp for creativity. So like, look at, let's just use Red versus Blue as an example. That was all machinima stuff. I know there was some scenes where they had like human AIs from the game talking. I don't know if that was in game, like on the Pillar of Autumn or something in Halo or whatever, but they had that in there. But most of it was just gaming characters walking around and really brilliant voice acting and dialogue and brilliant stories. Mind you, that was around in 2001, but like in 2005, they uploaded it to YouTube,
Yeah, and if you look at like the first video on YouTube, have you seen it? It's called Day at the Zoo.
I thought it was just a plane taking off the first video on YouTube.
No, it's one of the co-creators of YouTube. I think it's YouTube or Google walking around. Oh no, it would be YouTube back then. Just at the zoo.
Fairs.
And I think at the very start, like once it started gaining popularity, I know this is going to be like a running theme throughout all of it, but it was definitely more quantity over quality like, at the very start. So you could spam out a load of videos very quickly and gain a lot of traction. But then to keep people around, you'd have to make like better quality videos. If that makes
yeah.
That
video. The thing is, the YouTube creator's got 500k subs. Or the co-creator. Why doesn't he upload anything else for a laugh? He's got to upload something eventually.
It's probably not worth his time.
Yeah, he's probably sitting in some office living it up with loads of cash, so it really isn't worth his time, is it?
Nah.
72 million, though, the last time I checked that video, it was only on like 20 million. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in like 205, 206, 207, there was a lot of... Because I used to think brick filming was really cool. Like stop motion with the Lego characters.
Yeah.
I used to think that was really cool, man. And they had a lot of that back then. If you go on some like channels, brick filming channels, and go on oldest video, there's I'm going to click on one now, oldest video. I'm not going to listen to the volume, obviously. 2008, so a lot of them was coming around in 2008, not 205. Ray William Johnson was around, wasn't he?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of him, but yeah, I know he's been around.
He was a bit of a useless waste man, wasn't he? With all due respect to the lad. He was the most sub guy on YouTube for ages, though.
Yeah.
He just sort of gave it up, didn't he, randomly?
I think it was weird, though, because... What was that show?
He was about in 2009, never mind, not 205.
I know, like, around when he was coming to the end of all that, he basically just ripped people off and then the copyright claimed their videos if they use content that they sent him. It was pretty bizarre, but yeah, I think back then, yeah, there was a lot of... You could see a lot of the roots of certain styles of videos, like, beginning to come through. So I had, like, not too many vlogs. It was mostly gaming, mostly, like, instructional videos. So, like, you could just watch, like, the Paul Brothers or something. I know that's a pretty terrible example, but, there might have been, like, 2 people doing vlogs or something on YouTube back then.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, the 20 million, like, 15-year-olds, whatever now.
Yeah, it's got a bit out of hand. So, yeah, the first section, like I said, it's going to be 205 to 211. I don't know why I was saying, like, how he started in 209, 208, because that was what happened in the beginning, but, yeah. There was a lot of machinimas around as well, like, not just Red versus Blue. There was a load of, like, other machinima creators. You know.
Yeah. I wasn't really in. Well, I didn't watch YouTube back then. I started pretty much like 2010 onwards. But yeah, even back then, I could sort of see a lot of like different styles of videos like popping up and new stuff. And
Mm,
yeah, yeah, it's just a good step in the right direction, I think.
yeah. I just want to say we want to give some YouTubers who don't get much notice. But if you look up Fancy Pants stop motion, his videos from 2009 are so ahead of their time, man. The smoothness of the character movements. I can't remember him that well. Maybe it was just good when I used to watch it. I don't know. But honestly, it was insanely good, man. I don't know how he pulled it off all the way back then. Like, I understand like creators pulling stuff off, even with regular animation nowadays. But I mean, look at stuff like Tom Scar though.
Yeah.
He's been in the YouTube game forever.
I know it's the thing with animators though, isn't it? They're like the hardest hit on YouTube because the amount of effort they put in and they barely get anything back. So it
Yeah, Tom
shows
Scar's Day Out 2007. See?
just shows like their dedication doesn't to it, doesn't it?
It does really. I mean, obviously, Tom Scar's making a decent few quid off of this, but he genuinely puts a lot of effort into the video.
Yeah.
This is a sort of sad YouTuber I'm going to bring up. Have you ever heard of Ed's World?
Who's that? So you cut out for a little second.
Have you ever heard of Ed's World?
I've heard of him, but I haven't watched any of his content. I can't remember him too well.
Oh, well, he made a load of videos years ago as well, just like Tom Scar used to. 13 years ago, his first video towards 2006, bloody hell, retro stuff, man. Towards Adventure. It's just this animation of this dude playing this poker game on a computer. Quite sick for the day, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ed's World was a really retro dude. Sadly, he only made it to 22 years old and he got cancer and died, which is a real shame.
Oh.
But he was another retro one who was really good. Smosh, do you want to give them a cheeky shout? What do you think of them?
I've never been a fan of them, but back in the day, I can see why they were popular.
I loved them when I was a kid, but like after about 2012, I just didn't give a shit.
I've never been into them at all. I just think that they were just too. It's too obvious what they were doing. If that makes any sense.
Fair enough, Aaron.
But
Fair enough, mate. I totally get it.
But yeah.
So yeah, 205 to 2011. What else could we really say? There wasn't as much competition going about back then, you know.
Yeah, because in I say each area of YouTube, there was probably only like a handful of people who you had to really compete against, and even then,
Definitely.
everyone still got loads of views regardless. So how was it? I guess it's right at the very end, but like 2010, 11. Did you watch KSI at all?
I wasn't that bothered. I watched him a bit later on, to be fair.
I watched KSI so much. It was just so funny.
Fair enough.
I think for the time, I mean, he was decent up until about maybe like a year or two into the Sidemen, and then he just sort of fell off, in my opinion. So like 2014, I think, or 15, I stopped watching him.
Well, it was quite innovative for the day, messing around on FIFA and rapping on a video game.
Yeah, it's just how I don't know. It was so. I know I'm jumping ahead a bit here, but it's just how he transitioned from like a FIFA YouTuber into like a rapper who just like denied everything in his past. If that makes.
Yeah, he really did want to change, didn't he? Because remember, he got rid of all his videos at one point.
Yeah.
To be honest, what he did in his past made him famous. If he started off rapping, I'm not having a go, but no one would give a shit, would they?
Nah.
It's the shit he did originally that people care about. They got people invested in him, you know.
Yeah, it's just saying like if you build a fan base up around one thing and then you change, you've got to expect that fan base is either going to be cut in half or just vanish. Either way, you're going to lose.
His fan base hasn't vanished too much because obviously he's got other assets. He's got other things to fall back on, and he's like the most subscribed English YouTuber ever. So
yeah.
And to be honest, I think without him, the Simon would be nothing, Deji would be nothing, with all due respect to those guys.
Yeah, I can't remember most of the Sidemen too well, but I know a lot of them sort of just depended on KSI, like leached off him a little bit.
Yeah, with all due respect to them. I mean, I'm not really interested in them, but I watch some of the videos and they all seem like good guys, you know.
Yeah, they all seem nice
So,
people, don't they? But oh yeah, do you want to say what you said?
yeah, I was just going to say, have you got anything else to add then?
Um, I guess as well, 2005, 2000 was it 2005, 2011, or 2006,
Oh, I
2009?
think we should do 205, 210. I got it mixed up. And then 211 to 16, then 2017 onwards.
All right, so 2005, 2010. I guess you could say the massive amount of change in technology. So you went from like 144p to 40p, so like terrible quality video, to 2010 it was like maybe 720p, which is a pretty big step for YouTube.
Mm,
Um, Obviously you had more companies realizing that individuals want like microphones, individuals want more technology and stuff, which allowed YouTubers to become, have better quality videos and all that, and then editing software and all that got better for individuals, which
yeah, and like you got things like Final Cut, you had things like Dragon Frame. We've still got them like Dragon Frame for editing, Adobe Premiere, Sony Vegas, that sort of stuff, Photoshop for thumbnails and all that cool shit designing. All that decent shit in it.
yeah.
So yeah, now on to 2011 to 2016. This is when PewDiePie came about. He started in 2011. I'm pretty sure the biggest YouTube. Now I've got to tell you something. I'm not subscribed to him. I was for quite a while, but then I just did not care at all.
Yeah,
I'm very
same.
sorry.
Same.
I'm not bothered anymore. Fair play, he uploads like what every day, and it's not like his videos are just 2 seconds of him going hello, goodbye. It's 11 minutes, 29 minutes, 18 minutes, 18, 22, 28. He's got a work rate on him, and I know he start off on Minecraft and he's already done a load of Minecraft videos, so you can sort of have a go and be like, oh, why are you doing the same shit still? But when you're uploading every day and they're long videos and they're interesting, he's playing video games, he reviews memes, that's it really. But he's just, a lot of people seem to love him, and he's a cool guy. He hasn't done anything wrong yet. But he's like the biggest YouTuber ever, and he came around in that era.
Yeah, because I know he got famous for horror games, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess you could say in like that sort of era of YouTube as well, like content was really changing. So it went from like very basic videos to more highly edited, more like structured videos. You had more people getting partnered with
Mm,
MCNs and stuff. So it was getting more professional in like that sort of era as well.
yeah, yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say then.
I was about to say Vanos. It feels like he came around in about 2011. I don't know. Well, 2011 to 2016, obviously 7 years ago since he came about. So 2012 time. He's really underrated. Like, I've just unsubscribed to him. I know that goes back on everything what I just said because I haven't watched him in forever. But like, I used to really enjoy his videos. Like all the GTA shit, all the Gmod shit. It's just him and his mates messing around, isn't it? I feel like he was one of the first YouTubers to do like I know Rooster Teeth had like Let's Play and then those guys faffing around. It felt a little bit. It didn't feel fun, but it felt like those guys were sort of tame with each other to a degree. Like I know they shout at each other, but it feels like those guys sort of, because they work for a company, they sort of have to be somewhat professional. Vanos and his guys can just mess around and faff around as much as they want and just fuck about. It's not like their livelihoods depend on it because Vanos is on 24 million subs. He doesn't care what he does. He can make silly videos where him and the crew go woo.
Yeah,
It doesn't really matter.
yeah. I guess you
But I
could.
feel like he was the first proper YouTuber to do like group gaming that actually was really interesting. I can't think of many. Obviously, you've got the Simon there, a group. You've got Soviet Womble, who was quite funny. So, but I can't think of many group YouTubers.
I guess you could say as well in that sort of era of YouTube, you had more like companies coming onto YouTube. So I know it was like
100%.
2009, but a lot of like Vivo for music, like they came on then, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. I never really got that, but yeah, I never really understood why they did that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, in like I guess 2010 onwards, you had more companies coming on. So like now, if you go on YouTube, you can see all like, the news and stuff on there, and, like videos uploaded all the time. But back in 2011, 2015, that was like when companies started realising, oh, this platform is actually quite decent. And, you know,
Yeah.
they started to come over.
To be honest, it was when Google came in, because I remember making a YouTube account, just YouTube username and password. Then I remember you have to make a Gmail, blah, blah, all this shit. And I was like, bloody hell. And to be honest, originally it really annoyed me as like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old. But like, no, 11. 11 was when I originally made it, and 12 was when Google took over. But like, when you look back on it, because you need an email for shit, don't you? So looking back on it, it was kind of useful.
I know
it's more secure.
I know that YouTube got brought out by Google in 2006, but I know that they made Google Plus. Like, you had to have a Google Plus account to use YouTube around then. So I think that's what, like, you know, that you said is just Google Plus, which they killed off, haven't they? Because they had that massive data leak. I know it's pretty random, but yeah. Oh, that was it as well.
Another thing with this, like you said, a lot of advancements. You know, you said you could spam out videos all you want. Well,
Yeah.
it seems like these big mainstream channels just seem to spam out shit constantly.
Yeah.
You know, like Rooster Teeth. They've made 8,000 videos, for goodness sake. And I know a lot of it, they make loads and loads of videos. But look, 2 hours ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 3 days ago, blah, 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 blah. All this shit being pumped out at once. And I haven't actually talked about we haven't talked about Rooster Teeth before on the podcast because I never thought about bringing them up. But like, the problem with spamming out videos is no one cares. Am I even still subscribed? No, I'm not. I think they've gone down subs. I remember, didn't they used to have like 10 or 11 million? Now no one gives a shit. Like and some of the videos are pretty high quality, but the problem is it's just spam and it's too mainstream now. There's just too many videos in one. They've got 9 million subscribers, and a video made 2 hours ago got 5k views, 37k views a day ago, 94k. That's pretty bad for a big mainstream company, you know.
Yeah, because I know actually there's a few individuals who I didn't watch back then, but I know about now. So there's DSP. I know I'm bringing him up a ton, but it's just for a reason. And this other guy called Wings of Redemption. I think you might have seen him, James. I'm not too sure.
Nah.
Alright, he's basically just a massive... well, I'm not going to call him fat, but he's a massive guy who used to play Call of Duty. And the DSP back in the day used to spam out 50 to 100 videos a day on just games.
Who?
This guy called Darkside Phil, DSP. He did does let's plays, and he used to spam out like 50 to 100 videos. Wings of Redemption did the same, but he only did it for Call of Duty, and he put out like 20 to 30 videos a day back then, just to be able to make money off them. Oh, that was it. That's what we could talk about. YouTube allowed you to actually monetize your videos in 2007. I think it was. I know we're all over the place on this one, but you know, it shows a good incentive for people to upload to their website, you know, and make their own content.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, I just looked up Machinima though, and they've deleted nearly every video. And it felt like 20k videos on there or something ridiculous.
Because they got brought out, didn't they, by what company was it? It was some company, but they got purchased by someone and they archived all the videos.
But who's archived them?
The company who now owns them, because they don't have the rights to the old ones. I'm not too sure.
So are the Machinima videos on a different channel then? Or are they just in this company's archives?
They're just in the archives, I think. Unless people have like...
Oh, that's a bit shit.
Saved
that's quite
them.
Annoying. I think partly it's Machinima's fault for spamming out videos and everyone just getting...
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, your microphone cut out then for a second. It's like...
I feel like it's just everyone getting fed up with all the spamming of the videos, you know. I forgot to mention something earlier. Viral videos for 2005 to 2010. Loads of viral videos, like sitting on the toilet and my...
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
Panda. And the dude messing around with his lightsaber. I don't know, just weird shit like that. But yeah, back to 2011 onwards. I feel like a lot of big YouTubers now came around in the 2011 to 2016 era, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like, the problem is with a lot of these people, though, are any of them relevant now? Like, are you watching any of the people you used to watch in 2014?
Um. No, not really.
But the thing is, even though all the viewers have grown up and grown out of it, there's more people than ever watching it. It's trippy, man. It's crazy, you know.
Yeah, it just shows how much appeal YouTube has to kids over like TV now. It's just
Yeah, because people say, "Oh, look at the WWE YouTube channel. It's so adult. They've got 46 million subs." Yeah, because so many kids have YouTube. Oh yeah, WWE's another one that spams out videos. Mind
oh
you,
yeah,
though, I think it's just for stuff for people to watch who don't want to get Sky Sports, which is completely understandable.
yeah. Plus they're getting into a new market, aren't they? So people who don't have a subscription yet might get one because of that.
Yeah, $9.99 a month. The WWE Network. But yeah, but yeah, we could talk about like I know we talked about Rooster Teeth and you talked about that guy who spam videos. We talked about KSI, PewDiePie. But there's so many YouTubers that came about in like this era. It's hard to nail them all down, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like let's move on to 2017 onwards because there's a lot to talk about here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First of all, clickbait is fucking worse than ever now. I mean, everyone is just a prick, you know.
Yeah,
Just to get that click, just to get that fucking view, it's ridiculous, man. It's so scummy and pathetic. I don't understand this at all. Like, I know we talked about Morgs and Derb before on the podcast ages ago. And the thing is, I think Morgs is a bit worse, but look at all this clickbait nonsense. Spinning a mystery wheel and doing ... First to find $10,000 keeps its challenge. Extreme prop hunt IRL. Buying it. And people are fucking watching this nonsense, man. What's going on? It's rubbish. It's absolute tat. Honestly.
I know. I think the main thing is as well. It's a bit hard to sort of explain it, but with a lot of because commentary channels around 2016 were like at their peak when like Leafy went off YouTube.
Yeah, because he was just weird. No offense to him.
I was gonna say like a joke about one of our friends in person, but
yeah, Leafy's quite a timid guy in real life.
Yeah.
Which I understand some people being a bit timid if random people come up to you, but like he's such an arse and he talks such a big game, but he's just a scrawny midget who hides his chin.
But I was just thinking though, like with commentary channels, regardless of what you say, I guess you could use the same thing for us. So if we say, "Oh, we hate this channel," they're still winning because we're giving them pretty much a shout out for free, aren't we?
Yeah, but we're just getting our opinion out there, aren't we? We're not expecting to get big or anything off this, and no matter what we do, they're still going to gain subs no matter what. So we might as well talk about them and give our honest opinion about good people and our honest opinion about rubbish people.
Yeah, I just think that in like 2017 onwards, it's harder to tell now whether someone's like critiquing someone or giving them a shout out, because if you look at someone like Boogie, like we said in was it 2 podcasts ago, wasn't it?
I reckon maybe.
Yeah. With him like fence sitting all the time, he's pretty much giving whoever he's talking about a shout out for free.
Yeah, because he's really not criticising him. He's just sort of like being in the middle.
Yeah, it's just like the time of YouTube where everyone sort of lost. I don't know how to word it, but they like lost passion for it. Oh, because they want to just to get a paycheck. If that makes any sense.
Definitely.
So yeah, it's just you can just see how it changed from like a pure passion project to pure greed.
Yeah. I know we talked about Deji and KSI. We mentioned them a couple of times before, like their beef. I feel like their beef is a good example of like people being so interested in beef and drama and conflict, you know. Because if you look at all of Deji's videos, I'm pretty sure I brought this point up before, but I'll bring it up on this one because it's a decent point. So, there's videos 99% of you will find this weird clickbait. Actually, I want to bring something up. How come Morgs is getting loads and loads of views on his clickbait and Deji's not getting any views? Do you think because Deji's appealing to older people and Morgs is PG? Or
I think it's because I'm not too sure actually, because Morgs has that sort of reputation about him, and Morgs is good with a wide audience, whereas Deji is pretty much known for being KSI's brother at first, and then his own content, but his own content's not that good. That makes...
I used to love it when Jeed was in every video because he was just a regular dude, and he acted like a bit silly once in a while. It was quite funny and entertaining. Deji when he's going ha 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 ha, you sort of expect him to make a fool out of himself, but Jeed has no reason to. He's a smart businessman who makes a lot of money, so you know.
Yeah.
I swear he's like owns a building company or something. I don't know.
It's when he said he swam from Africa to England.
Jeed did.
Is that his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he swam from Nigeria to England. Naked.
See, that's funny because he's such a serious dude. Then he just makes a silly joke like that, you know, because he's really emotionless in a lot of the videos. But then when he shows emotion, it's unexpected and funny. But anyway, the point is with Deji, right? All these videos, 800k, 500k. Video about conflict, 45 video of just him talking about serious conflict, 8.1 million views about him at KSI. And he's gone too far, 3.6 million. Moving on, 3 minutes 14. I can't do this anymore, 3 million. And the I Have to Address This is a very, very good video. But the rest of them are the rest of them I feel are just very, very silly. And a bit daft, really, if I'm being brutally honest with him. But the thing is, all his other videos are more entertaining, more light-hearted, more fun to watch. But then the depressing, aggressive, family-ruining ones are getting the most views. And it's just like, why are we all interested in this, you know?
Yeah, it's just like reinforced him to make these videos that objectively aren't the best for him to be making.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad, man.
Because I
just don't really...
I think like 2018 onwards, the slogan for YouTube should be, I had it in my head then. Basically, if there's a controversy going on, you'll get views. Make a video,
yeah,
make a video about it, and you'll get views, regardless
Yeah.
of what it is.
The thing is, I think some things you can't stop anyone. Well, you technically can, but when there's so many people talking about something, you really can't stop them. To be honest, when we talked about Etika passing away and how we was angry, well, I said I was angry that YouTube were trying to profit off it in YouTube as well when they're already making loads of money, channels and whatever. And then, you know, it's just like, what else can they add to the situation? It's really depressing. And having that as the main title when everyone else is already covering it, it's like bad. And I didn't want that to be in the title in ours, even though we were talking about it. I just didn't want people to click on the video for that reason. There's already enough channels spreading awareness about it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, that people will just leech onto anything in this generation of YouTube. I don't think it'll change much more because it's got to such a high level now. I think it'll just stick in this hole of shit, to be fair. Maybe it gets better in the future. But, you know, it's sad how there isn't really many creatives anymore. There's a bunch of silly memes uploaded, but like these animators, the stop motion people, the skip people, because they don't get many views and don't get much attention. There aren't many of those videos being promoted, and not many of those videos are getting made, and it's just like a bit of a shame, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess as well in 2017 onwards, you could sort of say it's YouTube like cherry picking certain creators. Now I know I said it at the start, you know, about that woman who people getting subscribed to and they had no idea who she was. I guess you could say 2017 was sort of the start of that. So you had
Definitely.
I can't remember any controversies that happened, but start of 2018 there was obviously like the Logan Paul stuff with the suicide forest, wasn't there? And all that. I can't really remember any others, but stuff like that, it just shows that YouTube are willing to like back up certain people for either no apparent reason or just for monetary reasons. I know that they're a business, but some stuff you've got to understand morally isn't right. And I know morals and business don't really mix, but when there's children on the website, you know, you've got to sort of understand that, haven't you?
Yeah. To be honest, that's why they have age restrictions, don't they? You know, but I'm not taking YouTube side like you said there, Anthony. But the thing is, we are allowed to criticise their shit, you know. It is fucked up when they take down people's videos, when they play worse stuff on YouTube. Someone uses 2 seconds of a song. Oh, copyright strike. Not just a video taken down and demonetised. No. You get a full-on copyright strike. You can get banned. It's ridiculous.
Have you seen the thing that's happened with Pyro Cynical? It happened yesterday that he made a video about it. Basically, you know that song he uses, Whitewoods. Beach Walk by Whitewoods.
No.
Oh, it's basically this song that he's used in every single outro that he's on every video, and he was all right with the people that made the song. They made the song, and he got permission off them to use it. And then another person has come in and has claimed all of his videos because of that song. And it's like a completely legitimate claim, but it's just that it's every video that he has been taken, well, not taken down. He's just got no monetary gain of it anymore.
Right, is it working? Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's fine. So if this is pretty random cut, but basically the audio just cut out for a second, so I just have to edit in. But as I was saying, just the stuff about Pyrocynical. Did you hear what I said, James, about that?
I heard quite a bit of it, yeah, how he had an outro and someone made a legitimate claim, now all his videos are fucked.
Yeah, and it's just bizarre, isn't it? That
couldn't they give him the chance to, like, edit all the outros out?
Yeah, that's what he's basically added music over them, but it's, like, really bizarre. So if you watch the last, like, 15 seconds of his video, it's just, like, random music playing above his voice and the outro, so it just sounds horrible.
Oh, he could just edit out the outro altogether. I mean, how many subs has he got? He's probably have to make this
like
now.
3.5 million, I think.
So it's all good for him then, but obviously this is a very weird situation. I think the other geese has probably seen, oh shit, he's famous, I can make some money out of this.
I think it was by this woman, what was her name? Grace Jones. She was like made this, it was like sampled from her song, and then she claimed it, and it's just basically just how YouTube, they've tweaked the ad system and all that to basically just capture anything now. So if you want to put something up for fun, it's going to get taken down because you've used like half a second of a song or something. It's just really bizarre at the moment.
Yeah, but isn't it messed up that like really horrible offensive videos are still allowed up though?
Oh yeah, that is bizarre. It's just half the time you actually wonder what YouTube are doing.
Like they're really, in a way, I want to bring up this point. YouTube has changed a shit ton of people's lives for the better. Let's be honest, you know.
Yeah.
I mention him every podcast, but Callum's Corner, he said he really he wanted to use YouTube as an outlet. I don't know if you remember this video, but he was like saying how he had a bit of depression before he started YouTube and he was just fed up.
Oh yeah.
He just wanted to do this to let some of his emotions out. I don't quote me. I don't know if I'm getting this wrong. I think he said this years ago, but like it was something along those lines. And even though he's not making a mad living off of it, it's helped him. It's given him an outlet. He's got a lot of fans. I think a better example would be Boogie. He was some dude who had a really horrible life, and he was really, really fat, and he used that to entertain people, and a lot of people got behind him and enjoyed watching his stuff. I know he's a bit of a dead YouTuber now, but it's changed his life. He's loaded now, isn't he? In the clear.
Yeah.
And you can use that for loads of people. Loads of people will get loaded off of it, you know. So they've changed people's lives for the better.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess you could also say...
But at the same time...
Oh, you didn't say
sort of ruined a little bit of shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say that as well. It sort of ruined other people's lives because sometimes on YouTube it is pretty much just like a show-off sort of session. Like people like flex how much money... I know I just use the word flex. But they show off how much money they've got and all. And there's that much drama. It's like, I don't care about this. It's just, yeah, pretty bizarre.
One of the most bizarre things I've seen is that geezer who destroys all his equipment, who keeps blowing up laptops and smashing drones that cost like 10 grand.
Oh, that Tech Rex or Tech Racks.
It's so weird. I mean,
the funniest
I guess it's one way to get attention and an audience, but it's quite fucking retarded, and it's really, really, really short-term views, in my opinion. I mean, how many people get satisfaction of seeing loads of things dumped into a Coke pool more than once? I don't think many people will be coming back for those sort of videos.
The thing is, it's like, it's not even in a like artistic way. It's literally, here's a $2,000 drone. It's broken now. That's pretty much it. Just hits it with a hammer. It's just like, why?
There's no point.
The funniest video I've seen is when he made that massive pool of what he said was Coca-Cola, but it looked like it was pretty much water and like some food colouring, like a lot of food colouring in there. And then he poured all Mentos into it, expecting it to like foam up. But you meant to use Diet Coke to do that, and he used full sugar. And it was just so funny. Like, you spent like a day pouring this in, and yet you just messed that up. I mean, that's probably the most effort he's probably put into a video, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. Who is this guy anyway? What's the channel called? Because I'm struggling to find it at the moment.
Tech Rax. It's like RAX at the end.
Here we go.
It's just bizarre. I remember.
Now I found this bad boy. 500 videos, 6.5 subs. Driving on Apple chargers. How many balloons will lift an iPhone? Dropping iPhone downstairs. Crazy flight of stairs. I mean, to be honest, this is some of the most stupid stuff I've seen. Just geezers smashing shit. I mean, he's probably his family or him are probably ridiculously wealthy, so he can probably afford to do this stuff. And maybe this is just a great way for him to pass the time and gain attention. I mean, this is what he's famous for now. But I don't understand it personally, and I think it's mental. I think it's absolutely stupid. It's some of the dropping off. Hold on, it's weird. This is bizarre. If you go on his channel, 170k, 434k, and 33 million, dropping iPhone down crazy load of stairs. And then it goes back to the 100k's again. What the hell?
I
wonder what the most amount of views they've got is. Yeah, 76 million giant, but this is a waste. For God's sake. Why did this one get so many views? Because Idols was talking about how daft it was. It's so stupid. Don't even get it. I do not understand this. Some of the biggest waste of nonsense I've ever seen, ever. Honestly. I feel like gaming channels are going obsolete. I know that's a random thing to say after that rant, but I feel like they're going really obsolete now.
I think they're pretty much heading over to Twitch or Mixer, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, there are obviously some gaming channels and people doing it for a laugh, but I feel like, not tooting our own horn, I know we're not big on YouTube at all by any means, but I feel like podcasting is getting a big thing because this generation, a lot of people seem to feel alone in certain situations and they just want to feel like they're part of a conversation. They want someone to talk to. So I'm not saying our podcasts are an outlet for that. I mean, if you was struggling and you listen to this and it's just us going and it's just me belching half the time and Aaron's trying to give a good point and I'm just going burp, I don't think that'll really help you.
Just like random impressions of people that no one knows who we're on about. How dare they?
Ooh, how dare you? How dare you? Mocking me? No, but if I'm being brutally honest, if someone out there, if this podcast has helped you with struggles, that's amazing. But I don't think it has. Because it's just crazy. It's just crazy fun. You have to be in a bit of a banterous mood for this one. Obviously, we've done a few serious ones and a few normal ones and a few mental ones. Like the last one, I'm sort of glad that the last one didn't record properly because it was a bit pistol mental, some of it.
Towards the end, it went off the rails. It's just laughing for like 5 minutes. No, honestly, I would have had to edit that out. It was just pure. Oh, it's just bizarre.
Because the problem is, the guy we had on the podcast, this is a compliment, so I'll say is Billy. His laugh is probably the most funny, hilarious thing. Like, I've known him since 2012 and I can't stop laughing at it. So when he goes, wah! Then I just burst out laughing and then Aaron probably laughs slightly. And it just ends up with endless laughter trail and it's just like, oh no.
That's
the problem with
pretty much
what makes it even funnier, he laughs at stuff that isn't even like particularly hilarious. Like, you might chuckle at it, but you wouldn't burst out laughing. And that's what makes it 10 times funnier. But yeah, enough about that. Podcasts, I feel like they're becoming a lot more popular now, and they're a lot easier to do than gaming videos. You know.
Yeah.
Just talking and commentary channels and reacting to shit. You know.
Yeah, because with like gaming and stuff, half the time you don't feel connected to the game. If that makes any like the person who's playing it. Whereas with a podcast, you just listen to, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we can make some gaming videos eventually for a laugh or something, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I like podcasting and doing shit like this. But yeah, I think that's the end of it for the YouTube through the years. Hopefully we gave a decent analysis. Obviously, after the podcast, man, sometimes I think, oh, fuck, I wish I mentioned that. But I feel like we went into quite a lot of detail. You got anything you want to add, Aaron?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. end of the segment then.
Yep.
Next thing is Spider-Man Far From Home review. First off, I just want to say that was probably the second best film I've seen this year. Absolutely amazing. Loved it. Best Spider-Man film by far. I know if you've read the comics before, spoiler alert. If you've read the comics before, you definitely know the twist about Rey Mysterio being the bad guy. Mysterio being the bad guy. Finally the signature burps come about. But yeah, you know about Mysterio being the bad guy. But I love that twist. He was the good guy at first, then he was taking on these crazy beings, and then he's like, "Are you sure you want to give me these glasses, Peter? You sure you want to give me these glasses, Parker? You sure? You sure?" And he's like, "Oh, you gotta have him. You gotta have him. You want to sign him over?" Then he's a bad guy, and he's like, "Yes, we did it. Stark treated me like shit."
Have you seen that meme going around? It's basically saying that all the future Spider-Man villains are just going to be, Tony Stark knocked over my cup of coffee one day. Now I'm an evil villain. That's pretty much what they're basically saying.
Well, we didn't really see that come in. I mean, who was the villain in Homecoming? Because I haven't seen it. Don't care about spoilers, by the way.
I haven't seen it as well. It's the Vulture. It's basically someone who goes around cleaning up after all the Avengers battles, and he uses their alien technology against them.
That's quite unique because obviously we've already seen the lizard from Amazing Spider-Man. Obviously, it wasn't Electro in Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, I know it was the Green Goblin, but
he was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, was he?
Yeah, but he wasn't very good.
Oh, I'm glad I never watched that rubbish. Obviously, Spider-Man 1, you had the Green Goblin, the Willem Dafoe one, who was hilarious. But those Sam Raimi movies are very of their day. They're very 2000s. And they're decent, but they're nowhere near as good as you'll remember them. Trust me. If you went back and watched them, Aaron.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man 2 is probably my favourite for obvious reasons.
I'd still only give it I'd give Spider-Man 2 a solid 3.5 out of 5, nothing else, because it's years ago probably would be giving it 4.5 or 5 because I loved it, but now it's just like no.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree. I guess nostalgia does add memories that aren't really
but
there.
It's just silliness from the 2000s. It's just very 2000s movie. It's probably the most 2000s film ever.
Yeah.
Because it was just so corny and mad. First one was probably a bit of a low 3.5. But they're watchable, they're 100% watchable. And Spider-Man 3 was just shit. That was like a 2.5, I guess. But at least it was funny.
Just dancing.
Yeah. No. But that had like about 1 million villains in it. You had the Sandman, Venom, and bloody James Franco, Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah.
I liked how in the second one it was just Dr. Octavius.
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, Dr. Octavius as the villain, so that was cool. But in Homecoming, and Mysterio, you really fucking hate him, and you love him, and then you hate him, and all the illusion shit is quite cool when he's like, I really like it. Yeah. And that after credit scene, whoa! That was because usually I never stop for the credits, as you know, and I think it's an absolute waste of time personally. But my friend said stop for the credits, and I was like, all right, mate, I will. For once, I will. I didn't see the after credit scene after that where Nick Fury ended up being a Skrull, but I did see the original one where Pete Spider-Man's swinging around with Zandela and Zendaya, sorry. Well, Mary Jane, and then she's like, oh, I love that. And then he's like, oh, yeah. And then Mysterio gets the last laugh, and he's like, Peter Parker, kill me.
Oh, yeah.
Kill me.
J. Jonah Jameson returned.
Oh, yeah, he came back and went, yes!
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I went to see that, the person I was with just kept laughing his head off for that, and he was in shock. I haven't told you that.
You were laughing your head off?
No, the person who I went with was.
Oh, about Jameson?
Yeah. He's returned. Oh. He's returned.
He's returned! Back to the future! Jameson, my one true hero. No, he was a legend though. I don't blame you, mate. I know you're on about. I don't blame him for being really glad that Jameson's come back because he was a legend.
Have you seen the Well, I think it's the original Spider-Man after credit scene where he dressed up as Spider-Man. Have you seen that?
What?
You haven't seen? That is the best post-credit scene ever.
When did he dress up as Spider-Man?
You know, right? Do you know the 2000? I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man 2000, I think, or 2002.
2002, yeah.
Yeah. the post-credit scene, there's a video of him wearing Spider-Man's outfit and he's shooting webs around his office. I'm not making it up. You need to
I'm looking this up now.
Yeah, just type in J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my god!
I can't believe you haven't seen that.
2 million views. Have I not seen this? I'm muting quickly.
But yeah, it's I don't know if I need to edit this part out or not.
The woman's on the Oh, yeah, it's zoomed in on his chest. Oh, and it's him. Yes.
I can't believe you didn't see that.
Hold on, I'm gonna rewind it slightly and just look at him, and all the people are watching him from the office.
But yeah, it's just I don't even know where this end bit's gone, to be honest.
Absolutely no, it doesn't matter. Who cares where the podcast's gone at this stage? I don't care because I've never seen this before. This is one of the best things that any film has ever done in the history of the universe.
I genuinely can't believe you haven't seen that.
That is amazing. That's probably one of the best bits from any Marvel film, I have to say, if I'm being brutally honest with you. That's absolutely amazing. So yeah, where were we? I was going to say, what's her name from My Cousin Vinny? The woman who plays Spider-Man, Aunt May?
Marissa Tomei?
Yeah, she was in My Cousin Vinny. She played Joe Pesci's girlfriend.
Oh,
honestly, I'm not trying to sound mental or anything, but I did not think she was 54 at all, bro.
Okay. I don't know.
No, seriously, I thought she was like only 40 or something, man. And I thought, how's Aunt May only 40, but she's 54? But isn't Aunt May meant to be like 70?
In each comic, she changes age.
Yeah.
So, like, you had the original Spider-Man, she was like 80. Amazing Spider-Man, she was like 60. Well, she looked 60. I don't know how old she was. This one, she's 50. Well, she's meant to be about 50 in this one.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
There's that whole thing with...
Yeah, Zendaya was good, Jacob, Batathlon was good, I can't say it properly.
You say Ned.
I think I've offended everyone. Sorry. I couldn't say his name, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, Ned, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, come on though. Aaron, go on her profile. You can't tell me on that first photo that she's 54. You can't tell. Look at that first photo.
I do know what she looks like. She's probably got a load of
makeup on and it's been photoshopped, but still, she looks quite young for 54, Aaron.
Okay, I don't know where you're sort of turning this, but yeah.
I'm not turning. Aaron, you just... Oh, forget it. Forget it. Anyway, what other good shit about the film? The fights are amazing. The fights are amazing. The characters are really cool. Spider-Man was just cool.
It's a good way to end phase 3, isn't it? For the...
Zendaya found out about him and she was like, oh, I
knew. But yeah, it's the end of phase 3, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty cool.
I don't know if there's anything else to add. I can't think of anything.
What was bad about it, would you say?
I'd probably say it's a bit too heavy on... I know. If my only criticism would be, it was a bit too heavy on, like, the relationship between them all. If that makes any sense. Like, the relationship between Peter Parker and MJ. But that's the whole point of Spider-Man. But
yeah.
It just felt
One more thing, a big weakness. Why the fuck did the school still stop there when all the bridges were falling down and everything was getting smashed to oblivion?
I have no clue. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson did Nick Fury did hijack the school trip, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. It was quite funny when that Russian or Polish woman was trying to undress Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And then his mate came in and was like... Oh, yeah, that's another good thing about the film. The comedy is fucking class, man. I love the comedy in that film. Then he takes a picture of him and then Peter Parker's like... fuck it, Tom Holland. He sends that drone in from space to kill his classmates. And then he's like... Ah! What was weird is his classmate's like 5 years older. I know it's because of the snap, but still, that's so weird. He's already been through 5 years of high school while they were all in the snap, so why the bloody hell has he gone on this trip for?
Well, Well,
essentially with this film, it's just silly nitpicking, petty nitpicking, but we got to try and think of something bad.
yeah.
Any more points to add? Then just a brilliant film, really.
I've got to say about the scene where the Iron Man scene in there.
Okay, go on then.
Do you remember that in there?
What Iron Man scene?
When he comes out the grave.
Oh yeah, what about it? Yeah,
So,
because it was an illusion.
It's just how it goes, like dead silent, and then he just comes out. It's so weird, and like because that was a reference to Marvel Zombies, wasn't it? The way he looked and all that, but that just sort of I saw it beforehand because someone sent me the screenshot before I saw the movie, but that even freaked me out in the movie as well. Seeing that.
I don't get it. I don't get how it was a freak out. It was a bit.
It wasn't like scary. It was just like it's weird to see like something like that in a Marvel movie that's aimed at kids.
Yeah, I saw it. Metacritic gave Far From Home 69%. What a load of rubbish! Can you believe this?
To be honest, most movie reviews I don't really believe.
Come on, some of them are right though. IMDb's reliable. You'll probably laugh at me, but IMDb's reliable.
I do follow Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. They're probably the only two really.
Yeah, Metacritic is full of shit. I know people try and say, "Oh, well, it's all the reviews combined into one, so it's completely legitimate." No, if they're giving Spider-Man: Far From Home a shit review, then I'm sorry, that's not legitimate.
Yeah, because like most places gave like an 8 out of 10 or like an 8.5 out of 10, and then they give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's just bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, what else could I say about the film? A standout scene, like I say, the fight scenes were cool. How he was still fighting them without his gear on. That was quite cool, and the new Spider-Man suit. And I don't know, just a brilliant film, like I say.
I was wondering when you're going to do that.
Yeah, brilliant film. So anyway, that's the end. Callum's Corner's new videos, diss tracks coming out in 10 minutes, so I'm hyped.
Yep, I'm going to get my YouTube page open for it.
Yeah, this is probably going to be one of his best songs. I don't think anything will beat Vegan World or No Nonsense or those two are amazing tunes. Yeah, they're all just brilliant songs. The Taylor Swift cover, and the haters gonna hate it. No, that's not it. That's the same song. The what's that song? The one he did responding to Afghan Dan. That's not my name.
That one. Oh, he was in the park, and those people were looking at me funny in the park.
When I was recording my music video. But yeah, can't wait for this Callum's Corner video diss track. Anyway, see you everyone.
Alright, see ya.